So here's a new project for us. It's a KSR moto. It's a Austrian bike. It's designed to be similar, a bit of a copy to the KTM, which is also an Austrian bike. And they've basically done whatever they could to make it look similar and ride similar. So there's some really nice features on this bike, and I'll go over that in a minute. I haven't really had the time to properly have a look, but I rode it yesterday briefly and it seemed okay. I swapped the Yamaha Fazer plus £100 my way for this bike. I felt that was fair. It has a bit of damage on this bike. This here, straight away you can see. I've already found a new cover for this, but it's white, so I'm not sure if I'm going to go there yet. Apparently this grey colour is quite popular, so we'll think about that. Otherwise it starts, it runs, it rides fine. I haven't done the basic checks. I just didn't have the time really. Let's have a look. Ignition's on. Let's try horn. Right indicator. Great. On the back. Great. Let's go left. Left's on down there. Left's on up there. That's fine so far. Hazards, they don't have to work for MOT, but they do. Brake lights. Oh, I don't know what that's doing. That's a bit weird. That needs some sort of adjustment. To be fair, it has a year's MOT. Rear one's fine. Front light won't be on until the engine's on. Let's see if we're lucky. Let's get some choke on there. Great, front light's on. Let's go high beam. I think the beams are actually mixed up. I think, well, I don't know actually. One's high, one's low. I don't think that matters too much in regards to... Okay, fair enough. So, from an MOT point of view, everything's fine at this stage. It has a year's MOT on it anyway. It likes to be revved, this bike. And it sounds okay. Online, these exhausts, they drill holes in to make it sound better. I'm not going there myself. There's no need for it. The tyres are in good condition. The rear brake disc and brake pads are fine. I'm not sure what this is. Right, a bit. I'm going to need to address that. That won't be that difficult. A bit of sandpaper and some paint. Rear brake's fine. Exhaust is hanging off. I'll have to address that. Put a bit of colour on that anyway. That will help. And I think I may colour the exhaust just to get it looking neat again. I'll put a coat of black on that, I'm sure. I don't know what. I'll work that out there, and I'll do something with that. The gear lever yesterday, let me turn the ignition off, was loose. Let me see what's going on down here. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought. Oh, okay, there's a bolt under there. It just needs nipping up. That's no issue at all. I can nip that up. The chain's fine. It's very dirty. I'll get some WD on there and I'll clean it and grease it a little bit. So that's the main thing that needs doing really. And then this bike it needs a good jet wash. And now I've got a jet wash, so I can sort that out. So that's what I need to decide. It's a great bike. They've got great reviews online. People love them. It's got its year's MOT. It runs and rides perfectly. I'll nip up that bolt down there. Do I mess with this? I know what I'll do. I'll try my special. I mean, that's just scratched though. The new cover is white and it's 50 quid. I think it'll be a shame to go white. I think we'll sell it a touch cheaper, like this. It's got a bit of a crack there as well. Yeah, unless I can find a grey one. I can always paint the new one grey, but it would never have this. It would never be the same. Ideally, you'd have to find a grey one. So yeah, so this is, it's not really a project if we're being honest. Let's check the oil. Oil level's good. Oil looks clean. You can normally get an idea of the oil by... I know that this bike's been looked after and serviced. Oil's not too bad. Not too bad at all. So the couple of bits of work I'm going to do, I think I'm going to paint this exhaust. I'll sort something out with that. I'm going to have to clean up this bit here, make sure the rust doesn't go any further. Tighten up the gear lever a little bit, it's a bit loose. Give it a good paint job. Maybe try and do something with this. Not sure if that's worth it or not. I'll have a bit of a look at that. And that's about it really. Again, these little scratches, it's obviously been down the road, but nothing major. It's still a good £800 or £900 bike. No issue at all. Some of this stuff can be sanded and a tiny bit of paint on that. This sticker, I hate stickers on bikes. Oh, thank God. I always worry that something's underneath, hiding. Yes, so that's it for now. So I've given a quick coat of the inner exhaust already. It just neatens it up. It makes the colour more uniform all the way along. I've tried to do the inside as well, so it should be all the way around. Not perfect, but better. It's a black bike anyway. It may as well be a black exhaust. I'm just trying to work out how to bolt this back down. I guess I'll just get a big washer in there, paint that black too, so it's not necessarily seen. I've sanded this down a little bit. I mean, it's just a bit smoother to the touch. It's not going to be perfect. I was considering some carbon fibre on there, maybe. If I can cut the shape, I might give that a shot, but I'm not very good with that stuff, so I don't know. I've put a bit of black on the frame there. All that's to do is to stop it rusting anymore. The more of the rust you treat immediately, the less likely it is to keep moving. Ideally, I'd have this swing arm off and I'd take it all back down to metal and paint it again. But it's solid, absolutely solid. It's just surface rust, so there's no major worry there at this point. I've just noticed the rear right peg is gone. Doesn't really matter again at this stage. Cheap bike, it is what it is. So yeah, it's looking alright. I'm going to nip under there and see if I can put tighten up the bolt on that gear shifter so that's a bit better. So that's the next thing I'm looking at. So I've been here tonight much longer than I expected. The exhaust is painted, that looks much better. I've not yet solved the loose bracket there. I tightened up the old screw on there and it snapped. So I've spent ages drilling out the old one, putting on this new one, and it's as wobbly as it ever was. But it's tight and secure, that's the main thing. And actually I think it probably was tight and secure before. It was just me being fussy actually. So there's a lesson learnt there. If it's not actually broken, don't fix it. I took the side stand switch off just because they're a known weak point in bikes. Honestly, when you have a clutch switch as well, you really don't need it. It's really silly having both. It's a bit too much messing around. I'm going to take this bike for a spin, check the brakes. I did last night and it's fine. I just want to have another check, and I'll let everyone know exactly what it rides like, how it revs, and what the brakes are like. Oh, I had a spin. Do you know what? It's a really nice bike. It's really nice. It's got such a comfortable seating position. It pulls really well. It loves being revved right up to red line. It's got a gear meter on it, which is really handy. I mean, I know as a full-time biker it's not needed, but for newbies it's really helpful. This is a stunning bike. Someone's going to get a great deal on this. I'm going to follow my normal threshold, so 300 is the absolute max I'm going to make. So this should be selling for around £900 really, and for £900 someone's going to get a really great bike.